Mike with Man Bluff here, drafting some M15, and let's just get right to it. What's the rare obelisk of Erd? Well, it's colorless, but I don't think you can draft a really sweet tribal in this deck. Tribal slivers with the obelisk of Erd, that's living the dream. And I was gonna say otherwise, but just in general, this pack is relatively weak. I like Peel from Reality probably more than I should, so that's just a personal note from me. Runeclaw Bear is actually quite good. Typhoid Rats is also more than playable. Venom Sliver is okay. I guess if you need a Typhoid Rats and you're in green and not playing black. I'll take Bloodseeker if I do want to be aggressive, and I like being aggressive. And being aggressive in red isn't all that bad, but I'm thinking I'm taking the Runeclaw Bear. Green is a better color, and there's not much else exciting. Someone else can have the Typhoid Rats, sure. Ooh. Oh, okay. Now some spicy cards. Johnny's Pride Mate's quite good. Juggernaut is actually also quite good. Stab Wound is even better? Huh. The question is Stab Wound better than Juggernaut? Stab Wound probably is a little bit better. Uh, Now, don't get me wrong. And I don't recall if I've said this before. Stab Wound just doesn't feel quite as good in this format as it did when it was a Ravnica block. I could just be entirely wrong, but I've just felt that way. Maybe it's because black is just a little bit more underwhelming than it was previously. And then again, you often had like the stab wound and like a crazy augur spree. When I said augur spree, I mean like Rakdos type deck. So I mean they went one in the same. I'm disappointed that I'd be passing the Juggernaut, but I do think that Stab Wound is indeed much stronger. Maybe I get like Siege Worm to come back around. I'll take Titanic Growth. I guess I'm slightly sad that I passed up the Typhoid Rats, but I guess it happens, right? Hmm. I'm not gonna move into blue for Research Assistant or Dissipate or Turn to Frog. Living Totem's pretty good. Shadowcloak Vampire is also fine. Living Totem's a little bit better than Shadowcloak Vampire, I feel. Just because I do like green a little bit more. But the Shadowcloak Vampires, it's quite fine, but I don't think you have a problem getting the 5 drops. And although this one is quite the good one, I think there's other good 5 drops that you also are quite easily able to get. Uh, Undergrowth Scavenger oftentimes comes around. I will take the Typhoid Rats here. It's still easily the best card. Amphin Pathmage is, I don't want to say surprised me, but it's done a lot of good work. You can tell that this kind of ability is pretty strong, but still not going to move into blue for it. Peel from Reality. I really like this card, but for it to be really good, it needs to be in a different type of deck entirely that the one I've drafted thus far. Uh, Granted, I could change, but that's going to still require me changing multiple colors. I feel like it's at its best in the blue-white deck with like multiple cheap creatures, or it just gets that good. Ranger's Guile of note, would like to have it. The Necromancer's Assistant's pretty sweet, especially when comboed with the other thing. Ooh, Frostlinks. Now that's a blue card that I would consider. Uh, Frostlink's quite good. Um, Especially because I don't want to take like a dorky witches. I'd feel really bad for myself taking a witch's familiar over it. So I passed 2 peels and the Amphin Pathmage, and the Amphin Pathmage and one of the peels were in the same pack. Red, I passed a couple goblins and nothing else really of note. Or I could just take the invasive species to stay on color. Witch's familiar is significantly worse in terms of power level. That I play it, but I'm not going to pick it over here. Um, so I'm tempted to kind of take the generator servant here. See where it takes me. Okay. Oh, I Kranko's Enforcer is certainly a very good follow up to the generator servant, and I could be in a number of different color pairings. Zoph's Shade's good, but the Kranko's Enforcer is certainly better, and not that I not that Generator Servant necessarily wants me to play Kenka Servant, but two decent red cards into another. I'm also sad that I'm passing yet a third Peel from Reality, but I'll take the red cards here. Gather Courage, Ranger's Guile, also pretty decent. Carnivorous Moss Dog is okay. Um, sure, I'll take another Generator Servant. Signs that red could be open. I wasn't passing, much good red cards, many good red cards rather. So I'm not too angry that I'm passing them. Um, odds are I'm probably red, given this makeup, and I got decent black, but actually after the first two packs, it kind of dried up significantly. There was the couple Zoff Shades, which are underwhelming, and then there was a Shadowcloak Vampire a little bit later. But so the question is, do I want a Charging Rhino or do I want a Rummaging Goblin? I'm actually inclined to take the Rummaging Goblin here. Uh, don't necessarily ask me why, but I don't know. It's kind of just calling out to me, and maybe hey, Goblin, Goblin. Maybe it's foreshadowing a Rabble Master. But realistically, it's odds are I'm still probably playing red, and I don't even necessarily know if I'd be green versus black, so I'll just take the safe pick. The Charging Rhino's fine, but same kind of problem. You get good 5 drops. Here, I'll take the Foundry Street Denizen because it's cheap red card. And another cheap red card I will take. Probably not. I'm not going to be in blue given what I passed, and then Soul Mender is what I didn't see any white cards, but still not going to pick up Soul Mender here. Foil Forest is quite tempting. I guess if I was in blue, which there's no reason I should be in blue. Yeah, I'll take the Foil Forest. I'm probably not going to play Solemn Offering, and the Forest is foil, so duh. Like, is there a question? Well, I guess we're doing it. If this is what we're doing, then let's take those nasty white cards, or my opponent can gain up a million life. So Stepwin's probably not in its best in this deck that I've kind of found myself in already. Oh, cool. It's organizing itself according to color. Let's sort it by color, just for funsies. So decisions. Aggressive mining is not exciting. Well, is the aggressive black-red deck a thing? With thus far no removal? This would be sweet if I end up in white and get like the red-white, that aura deck, which is quite good. Triple Foundry Street Denizen, I don't know if that's that great. I guess that would be the only time where aggressive mining is sweet. Military Intelligence, it's really awesome, but I don't think I'm gonna be in blue. There's a chance I'm in black. There's Undergrowth Scavenger, which is okay. The Sign in Blood is quite good, but maybe Sign in Blood is just the pick. Because if I am just super aggressive, I'm gonna want to refill my hand some way. I don't know if it's Child of Night's better, but Sign in Blood it is. Oh well, kind of disappointed that I didn't take. Oh, Juggernaut though. I think kind of regardless, that's probably the pick. 'Cause Juggernaut's just sweet. Gonna have to find ways for it to get through, but we can get those later. And also, it is colorless, so just more things to note. More things to note. Oh, man, I'm always tempted to just move. Like when I have this base red, I'm always tempted to just pick up the Heliod's Pilgrim. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Get that aggressive deck or the Auras deck. Covenant of Blood seems like it's super expensive for what I have crafted for myself thus far. The Willforged Golem, though, seems like something I would be able to create. forge this golem. Oh, will forge golem. That makes sense that it has convoke. Whoa, I've just blown my mind. I figured out the card. Raw Feaster Maggot, the 3/5 is just good. Blast Firebolt, sure, I'll take it, but it is a little expensive. But then again, when you don't have any removal, I guess you're going to need something, and I was considering taking the Covenant of Blood, but that is a little bit better. Oh, I'll take a Goblin. I'm not white. I'm not going to play the Sunblade Elf, because, once again, I'm not white. Titanic Growth, definitely not. And I think that solves that problem. Granted, it's not really a problem. I still have some time to figure out my second color. Still not necessarily black. Uh, my black is slightly better than, well, maybe a little more than slightly better than my green, but I'm more than open. I guess I could take a Child of Night and kind of seal the deal. More late peel from realities, but it's not doing anything for me. Here we go. So we move into black. Black-red, the removal colors with 0 removal. Okay, well now we have a pick. Sort by converted mana cost, which is incredibly aggressive. I could take the Forge Devil. Of course, it would fit kind of in the theme. Too bad it's a devil, not a goblin. Siege Dragon is incredibly expensive, but oh, if it lands, it is just good. I don't know if my deck can last until 7, given, the aggressive nature of it. Or I could just take Curd Chieftain and even splash the green. Or just be in green. I think I'd take the Curd Chieftain. 7 is just quite expensive. I know it is really good, but the way the deck is panning out, I don't even know if it is going to be able to get up to there. Well, Meteorite, it is colorless. It is the potential to be a removal spell. It's pretty good. I could take Zoff Shade, kind of stay in black, or just stay in green and just have green red be the path to victory. Stab Wound's quite good, but I don't. But just having this guaranteed to come down as a 4/4 and just having the ability to give it trample, and Shaman of the Spring is also quite good. Screw it, I'm making the move. I'm saying I am going to be green. Well, here's a 5 that I would like to play. I'll take it. I could have another 2. Which, actually, if I think about it, if I get rid of... Here, let's move the green back over. If I end up getting rid of the black, which I guarantee you going into pack 3 I'm just going to be so sad that I did. If I get rid of the black, I don't really have that many 2-drops, so I can be a little bit more aggressive. I could take the Torch Fiend, but one of Charging Rhino seems like it's pretty good. And I guess another Foundry Street Denizen isn't all that bad. Miner's Bane, not exciting. Aggressive Mining, though. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm too expensive where that's not going to be all that great. Triple Foundry Street Denizen. Alright. When another red creature enters the battlefield. Alright, let's see if we can get there. What do I want to see the least? Black Cat, I don't mind. Oresco's, honestly, Divine Favor, because I don't have a way to deal with it. And look, oh, there's a Rot Feaster Maggot. Oh, Wall of Essence would just be terrible, but I don't know if many people are going to be playing it. Radiant Fountain, just because I might have... Oh, and Staff. Look at that. Ooh, Crowd's Favor. Look, at playable. Red Staff over the green Staff. Or maybe it was the blue Staff because, well, I guess there's a chance I am super red. And the Radiant Fountain because I can afford a colorless land if that comes to it. Who knows? I mean, if there's almost no downside to playing it, well, might as well. Now, if I were splashing the Curd Chieftain, probably wouldn't be doing that, but... maybe here we go. I'm gonna I'm gonna look at this and say, you know, maybe the way the deck plays out, oh, Garrick Apex Predator. Well, you know, that's super expensive, but I don't know if I can turn down 6 tickets. So this is actually the third Garrick I've picked. I guess if I was in black, I'd take either of these cards. Red, I don't really have any auras for this, but I would take the Forge Devil. And actually green, some decent cards as well. The black cards are certainly a little bit better, but I'll take 6 tickets. I apologize for being boring and taking 6 tickets, but nonetheless, I'm going to take 6 tickets. I guess in some crazy world, I can still splash stab wound. Oh no, my computer froze. Oh dear. Hopefully, it doesn't lock me out of magic. Okay, cool. Well, another Kurd chieftain is certainly good. So, yes, please. Wall of Mulch, early drop, but it's not something I'm excited about playing. But Kurd Chieftain is definitely something I'm excited about playing. Ooh, Ob Nixie. Oh, geez. Maybe black was where it was supposed to be. But, no, no, no. No, no, no. Borderline Marauder. Kirkesh. Interesting. I don't have any activated abilities of artifacts, but Lightning Strike's more than good enough. Let's see. Those things. Keep in mind, I would have been able to get some of these really sweet black cards. Um, I do have 2 artifacts, so Scrapyard Mongol is actually halfway decent. So I'm at. So this makes the 23rd card. Um, the question is just finishing them off with Thundering Giant gonna be better than? No, I think Blast Firebolt. Now's the time where I'll pick up the Blast Firebolt because I have enough big dudes. I have ways to get in, I guess. I honestly don't even know if Triple Foundry Denizen is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 red creatures. Oh, and I'm not playing Garrick, so I need one more. I need a card. Okay. Now, if I was in black, I would have an Obnixilis, and I would have maybe I would have been slightly more tempted to take like Ulcerate and a Cursed Spirit. So maybe black was where I was supposed to be, and actually splashing the Kurd Chieftains isn't all that bad. I knew that black was definitely more open of a color, but I went along the route of the way the deck was kind of forming. Splashing the Kurd Chieftain might not have been necessarily like I wanted to almost to guarantee that this was up and ready to go. Oh, cool. Well, I'll take another Generator Servant and definitely play it over the Wall of Fire. Uh, Consideration could have easily been Plummet, because how do I deal with flyers? It's called I don't. Plain and simple. I just don't. Cool. I'm glad we had that talk. Yeah, but I'll take 6 tickets. And once again, I know I've said that, but it, okay. Forge Devil. Forge Devil, sweet. And I could even cut a card for it, which is pretty cool. Crowd's favor, I already have one Broodkeeper. I have no auras, so yeah, so no thank you. Second Blast Firebolt, probably not. Um, Necrobite, I guess sure, someone can have it. The Radiant Fountain, fine. Hammer Hand is not exciting. We'll just take the rare because it's worth ever so slightly more. Ranger's Guile for the board. Crippling Blight because it kills everything. And Crippling Blight because it kills everything. And look at me in my mono red deck. Okay. Let's move this over to the board. I don't know if 3 Foundry Sea Denizens is going to be able to get me there, but we're soon going to see. This is certainly an interesting deck that I feel that I've drafted. The question is, what do I want to cut? I have to make a cut. Do I maybe go down to just 2 Foundry Sea Denizens? Because I don't necessarily have ways to get them through. And I'm at 24 cards with the Radiant Fountain. Living Totem, even onto just Krankles and Force is going to be good. Shaman, I'm not going to be cutting a Shaman. I probably will need some beef in this deck. And all these other cards are just good. Like, I don't want to cut any of my 2-drops because they're permanent 2 power. Runeclaw Bear, no, I can't even consider, I can't even believe that I considered for a second cutting the bear. Blast Firebolt, it's pretty much my only removal spell, so I think I might need it. Crowd's Favor, I also believe I might need just to end up pushing through. I don't know if Forge Devil might be better just in the side. Just because sometimes there's just no targets for it. Wolforge Golem, I'll be able to play it for pretty cheap quite often. And just a second thing for Scrapyard Mongrel is really good. I don't want to. 2 Curt Chieftains is also quite good. Trip Generator Servant, still 2 power guys, and then being able to power out some of the, like a Charging Rhino, or even a turn 3 Juggernaut. Oh, I guess I'd be able to turn 3 Charging Rhino. It's also quite good. I think it might just be Foundry Sea Denizen. I know that seems crazy. Or is it the kind of thing where, maybe just cut the super expensive removal spell and just hope to get there with what I've got going on here. My curve tops out at 5. I'm having a hard time saying that I should cut a removal spell, considering all I have otherwise is Lightning Strike. 3 Generator Servants is good, because it gets me out to here quicker, which is what I need. Am I going to have time to Rummaging Goblin? Probably not, but as kind of a catch-all, I might just need to. Actually, the question is, what would I dig for? Weird to say that Rummaging Goblin might just be the worst card. Because I really don't have anything that I would dig for. I guess I could dig for Lightning Strike. But I just want these dudes more. Yeah. Okay, I've convinced myself. I can easily play colorless land. Let's add basics. 12-4. No. I have a double green, so I'd probably want to be playing 7. 9-7. I may even want to go up to 9-6, but I do want to be able to play the double green guy. Yeah, 10-6. Or I just cut the Radiant Fountain and go 10-7. Yeah, I'm gonna just add to deck. I'm gonna play 10-7. Alright, well. Here we go.